Today's the day. The sun is shining, the tank is clean, and we are getting out of here. Yo. Fun fact to anyone rewatching the VOD, because nobody's here right now, which is chill. Guess what? YouTube changed their whole layout. Funny catty. I should start betting who's gonna be first. It would be you every time. You know what's up. I'm always so happy to see you. Oh, hi, Toasty. Hi, baby. Tyrion. Welcome in. Hi, Clavis. Toast is being, like, a little much at the moment, which, of course, I love. Oh, but I wanted you to know. Exactly, funny kitty. But I'm trying to keep her from doing the thing that she usually does where she sits, like, directly in front of where the chat is. I've tried to, like, block off the area and make it, like, super difficult to get there. But she, life finds a way, and now she's mad. Zeke, leave her alone. I'm not throwing that. You're gonna have to bring me a quieter toy if you want me to throw it. He's a psycho. If he keeps squeaking that, I'll let it go. But for right now, I'm gonna let him squeak it. I'm just gonna let him squeak it for a minute. Anyway, here's a deal. Here's a deal. I'm sorry that last year I was so on it for Spooky Month. Last year, Spooky Month was so fun. And I dressed up every stream, and I really went for it. And this year, I'm not going for it at all. I haven't even decorated my home, inside or out, and I'm very sad about it. But it's just not feeling correct this year. Why does it look like the Bonnie fell onto Clown Bonnie by how they are positioned? Oh, that's because Bonnie fell on the ground. Regular Bonnie fell on the ground, and I quickly, like, picked him up and threw him back there. This is not a good permanent solution for my plushes, but I have a lot of them, and I don't know what to do about them right now. Hello, Glamrock Freddy and Rebecca and Diablos Bros. Have fun watching spooky movies. That sounds so fun. Rebecca, how was my day? I think it was fine. My cats are right now playing fighting. Aw. That's precious. My cats love to play fight. They like chasing each other. And I know I don't have to apologize. I'm apologizing to myself, too. That should be abundantly. I want that to be clear. I love dressing up. I love getting excited about Halloween. I love the spooky vibes. I love putting spider webs all over my house and just doing all the freaky fabric and all the good stuff. I like making my house look spooky and fun, and I like leaving it up, but it just didn't happen this year at all. And I think I just have to accept that, ultimately. I think that's just something I have to accept this year, is that I may not dress up at all. I don't know. I want to. I have stuff to dress up with, but every day I come home and I don't want to do anything. Trailer is out for what? Because I saw Steelwool uploaded just like the physical PlayStation 5 disc trailer. It's not really anything. I mean, it's well made, but that's nothing I should, it's something I really care about, care to, watch. Or, it's not an announcement that that I'm excited about, sorry. Anyway, this is the plush that you're speaking of, I believe. Oh, no, Rebecca, please don't worry. Please don't worry about that. That is but the least of my concerns. This is a Squishable that's a little clown from the Squishable Clown series, and it's really cute and soft and fuzzy, and my friend got it for me for my birthday this year. And I put it next to the puppet because they're the same color, and he even has little rosy cheeks, just like the puppet. Um, anyway, everything over there is just like stacked right now because I had to get it off the couch because the animals were enjoying sitting on the couch. Hi, Sarah. The animals were enjoying sitting on the couch. You're gonna get an ad in about a minute, folks. Um, and so I didn't like the plushes sitting on the couch because the cats and Zeke kept knocking them over. And I was getting really stressed out because if a plush is like on the ground too long, Zeke decides that it's his to play with and he chews the nose off of them. Hi, Chris. And yeah, they are twinning. They do be twinning. And so right now they're all just like really stacked up on this chair and kind of like a little halfway on the couch and then on my little like thing that I keep my magazines in for collage art that I haven't done in so long. Hi, Crosscore. Anyway. And anyway, so I know that they're not really aesthetic right now. Also, Glitchtrap's eyes just keep falling into his eyes. Like his ears keep falling into his eyes. And it's really frustrating because I don't know why that happened. When I bought it, he wasn't like that. And like he was cool. And then like the very next day, they had just drooped down. Have you seen the reference to the puppet in DC Comics? I don't think so. DC Comics. Puppet? FNAF reference? Is this real? Am I looking up a real thing? The puppet is in Gotham as of 18 hours ago. Oh my god, it really is. What in the world? If I do this, will it be the right thing? I have no idea. I don't know if it will. Okay. I'm just closing everything else. Okay. Playing. Okay, give me a second. I'll pull it up. Look at that. Ready? Check that out. That's the ding dang puppet. That's rad. What in the world? This is from Batman and Robin number 26, released on October 8th, 2005. How crazy is that? That is nuts. FNAF Arkham is somehow canon. I know. Let me pull the chat up on the side of my screen. And I always forget to do this before I start streaming. I'm so out of practice. Will I ever get back in practice, guys? Because I have to be really honest. I was thinking today about how, like, I could almost imagine myself just not existing on the internet anymore. And I don't want to do that, but I really don't like how mean the internet is, guys. It's so mean. William is the Joker confirmed. So true. Anyway. What shall we watch? We were wrong again? Rye, stop telling me I was wrong. Okay, an inventor catches lightning in a bottle and creates a big hit, causing him to forever chase that lightning until creation strike back against him. What game is this? What? I mean, what? What? I mean, like, sure. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. But like, what is the other thing that it is? Hi, Andrew. Hi, Pasta Lover. Hi, Aquabolts. Hi, Eamon. Or hi, Seeker. I can't believe Robin is a Charlie parallel. Oh, FNAF World Update too. Okay. Oh, I get it. Anyway. Let's look at what Rye Toast has, because I'm very behind on Rye Toast videos. It's the same story as Secret of the Mimic. Yeah, well, I thought you were just talking about, like, Five Nights at Freddy's in general. Oh, nice. Okay. Should we watch the lore update stuff from Secret of the Mimic? Because I don't know what the update is. I don't know about the update. Okay. It's 7 p.m. where I am right now. Sorry I'm sitting like a little goblin. I don't know why I must do that at all times. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I won't say it again. Also, let me go to YouTube React, because that's mostly what we're gonna do. Also, I'm sorry I'm in light mode. It's just because I'm on a guest account. I kind of like the fact that it provides a little more light to my face. When we're watching a video, it won't matter. So, I'm just gonna leave it. And if you hate it, then just hate. You know what I mean? Oh, fair enough. Big Top is Music Man's father. I mean, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Guys, I don't know. Can I be really honest? I don't care anymore. I thought about making a whole YouTube video about how much I don't give a flying poop about the FNAF lore anymore, and not because it's not interesting. It's like a totally me thing. But I hate feeling like that. I don't want to feel like that. I would like to feel excited and involved and happy. Denari? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. What is it? Dinar. This person? No. FNAF lore has been too cloudy since 4, and it's just gotten cloudier. Fair enough. I mean, like, yeah. But it's like, normally I just like watching stuff because it's fun. Like, it's just not, I'm not having fun. And that stinks. Like, I hate that I'm not having fun. That's what I'm upset about. Is that I'm not enjoying myself. I don't like that. Like, why am I not enjoying myself? I think understood. I think you got kind of the right idea from my perspective. I'm just not having fun anymore, guys. Clavis made sure we had fun last time. I also really liked Theory Chum. I don't know. I do know Denari from Raven's channel. I've seen Denari before. Oh, I also I watched Denari. I watched this. Hold on, I watched Denari review FNAF food. I watched... Hello? Oh my god, it's not gonna let you see it. There it is. It's the FNAF food one, this one. I watched that one. So I have seen Denari. But it was just recommended to me. Maybe you should try something like Poppy Playtime. I have done Poppy Playtime. I don't really like Little Nightmares. I don't know what ECT is off the top of my head. Blackfoot Ferret. I don't know. Rebecca, what are you talking about? I wish I knew what you were talking about. Weird bugs. Move the shells. What? It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. Weird shells. Was that not a part of a Rusty Lake game? Was that not a Rusty Lake game? The shells? I feel like the shells was a Rusty Lake game. I don't know, guys. My brain is busted right now. I was like, okay, I can do this. Okay, anyway. I think it was a Rusty Lake game. I kind of feel like I want to watch the Good Rabbit video. Is this anything? Is Raitos, we were wrong about Mix's video anything from a month ago? Does anyone remember? Because I really do like Mixis still. And I want to know, because they're saying that it's the Good Rabbit, which is what I said. That Mixis is not a bad guy. He's not an antagonist in the story. All right, let's watch this. And then I'll keep Denari on standby. Sometimes I have to like get into it before I try watching someone I haven't watched before. Is that better? Is that better? It's dark in this room. Is that better? I could also turn this light on. That's not better. I don't like that. Everything is too red. Everything's too red. Like before, I had this mood light on that is objectively red. Oh my god. And like, it's good for the moods. I'll just keep it on. I'm overthinking it. I need a headphones. I'm not gonna be able to hear anything. Okay. Sometimes I just have to get back into the swing of things with like with a more familiar with a more familiar theorist. I'm gonna do my best to simultaneously not be too loud and not be too quiet. That was an issue the last two streams. I've been one or the other.
Weird little creature, right?
Weird little creature, right? I started this one like a month ago and then did not finish it, clearly. I didn't get 15 seconds in before I was just like, I can't watch this. That's not what I wanted. We're just gonna speed it up a smidgen.
Mexis is a weird little creature, right? I've already pointed out that this Summon Skull wannabe doesn't really fit in a lot of narratives that we have.
He is a Summon Skull! A Toon Summon Skull.
And I've had my thoughts on what it is in the past. That was before FNAF even told us what Mexis stood for. And although I was wrong about the acronym, was I right about the purpose of Mexis? I think I was closer than some people thought at the time. So Slices, put on your aprons and let's bake ourselves a theory. So what does Ruined actually tell us?
I thought Raitos, I don't know. Every time I see someone say FNAF is too complicated or too childish, I just think to myself, man, I just know they would hate what I come up with if Scott let me write a game. It totally was Rusty Lake. That's funny. Honestly, here's me. I don't think, like, I don't want to call the FNAF lore too complicated at any time because the complexity is what allows it to be what it is, like allows it to be this huge thing, because it like has to be, this specific, it can't be too obvious or we wouldn't have like tons of videos about it. Like, I appreciate the ability to speculate and chit chat and be, different levels of right and wrong, and have the next game like, upend things, and I like all that stuff. That's all fine for me. All I don't like about new FNAF is the way that it feels like the story is becoming Edwin's story when like it never was before, and I don't know. Like, it's completely nonsensical to me that we needed a third guy. So I don't really mind that. But I do miss the spooky death games. I miss the little things like that. I feel like Secret of the Mimic did not have, like, I know Moon.exe existed, but like I feel like there could have been a little bit more of like spooky, like, I thought we were going to have to find like false walls and stuff and get, the secret ending by going out of bounds in some way, like going into some secret area or something, but that really wasn't what happened. And I'm totally fine, I think, with kind of adjusting my directions to looking at the themes and just kind of talking about the parts of Five Nights at Freddy's that actually gets me excited. Yes, exactly, understood person. I wanted more secrets. And I didn't really feel like I got that. I mean, like, obviously there was stuff. I didn't even get to it because it took me too long to play the game. It took me too long to do pirates. Fair enough, Seeker. I don't know. I cared more about the kids, I think. I cared more about, like, the spirits themselves. And I don't know, I cared about, like, what the William family dynamic, the Afton family dynamics, I cared a lot about. And it feels like we're done with the secret, or sorry, with the William Afton family dynamics. There is a secret ending. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there is a secret ending, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We should watch this.
Thought at the time. So Slices, put on your aprons and let's bake ourselves a theory.
He is really, really rich of Rytos to tell us to put on our aprons when they're not wearing an apron anymore. No apron here. Where's your apron, Rye? Huh? How are you baking in this? This doesn't seem safe. You need long sleeves. You need to put your hair back. No baking like this.
What does Ruin actually tell us about Mexis? Throughout the game, if you wear the Vanny mask for too long, this weird blue rabbit shows up and just kind of mews at you. If he does it for too long, eventually static starts to build on your screen and a random animatronic kills you. And he haunts you throughout the game aside for a few moments of peace, until the end of the game when you're in the basement of the Pizzaplex and you find the main Mexis machine, and you're able to access its console to fully disable the security protocol. Once we do, this entity...
I'm not saying it was well or not well executed. I'm saying I cared about it. I don't think the execution has anything to do with how much I care about it.
Machine, and you're able to access its console to fully disable the security protocol. Once we do, this entity shows up again, but is sucked right back into the machine and stopped for good. It also opens a nearby metal door. And that's pretty much the last of it we see in the entire franchise, but that is plenty to work with for some speculation, which I've done in the past. So what did I think Mexis was after the release of Ruin? Well,
yeah, Seeker, I care about David, I think, more than anybody else. I care about Cassie. I think I care about Cassie and I care about David. A lot. I think that is what, like, quote unquote, I mean, I care about Gregory too, but it feels like the game is taking him or the story is taking him in a direction that makes me sad. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. It was, I think that maybe what was disappointing to me about Secret of the Mimic is just that, like, I thought maybe we'd get a little bit more information about David. And I think that's what is so like different about like early Five Nights at Freddy's is I feel like the death mini games and the secret mini games that you could find were about the kids' deaths. You know, were like these little sort of vignettes of the spirits of how they died or what was going on with them post mortem, and things like that. And that was so fascinating to me to get these sort of little peeks into things. And so it would have been, and I know that you get like the film strips that allude to David's death, but like not from necessarily like like David's perspective the same way that the other ones feel like that. I don't know. Maybe I just like I think that I liked the adult characters remaining incredibly mysterious and like the focus being more on the kids. I don't care. Anyway, I mean I care, but like I'm not articulating this well, I don't think, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And I understand why other people would have different opinions about it. And it's like whatever works for you, you know?
Well, again, at the time, all we had to work with was it was a weird piece of technology in the basement of the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria Simulator. So my brain said, okay, Henry probably made it. After all, he made a lot of the things we find in the Pizzaplex, and this room seems to be the one he operated in, so it would make sense that it would be there. And it was then later co-opted by Gregory and Vanessa to lock away the Mimic. In fact, I thought the original Mex's console was to conceal experimentation on the Marionette, the acronym being the Marionette Experimentation Enshroudment System. And look, the acronym, I like it, clearly that's wrong. But my thinking at the time, and I still really like these findings, is the fact that there's only 3 findable burn rooms. So if there ever only was 3 burn rooms, then the one character we don't see burn in the epilogue of FNAF 6 never did. That being Lefty, the thing containing the Marionette.
Spiral, it would just, I mean, depend on, like, if ghosts aren't real in the game, then he's dead. But, like, the way that they kind of, like, pushed this sort of, like, tiger thing. Bye, AA, have a good rest of your night. The way that they pushed the tiger plush and things like that kind of gave this sort of, or, you know, the tiger costume, kind of, in the laughing and stuff like that, kind of gave the impression that David is, you know, spirit is still at play. So just kind of like knowing whether or not that's like a playful spirit or an angrier spirit, or what its, you know, what its goal is, or, you know, what it's getting in the way of, or I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I guess I don't know. I guess nothing. I guess I'm wrong and dumb for thinking we need to know more about David. I'm so sorry, Toasty. But in my opinion, I care about Laris. So, I don't know. More. Whatever they want to tell us, which I guess is nothing. They want to tell me everything about Edwin. Sorry, she was doing the thing where she was sitting in front of Chad again, and it's driving me crazy. Because it wouldn't even necessarily matter that much if her sitting in front of Chat wasn't her also about to knock over my camera and my light. Both really important things.
My thinking at the time was that Henry found the Mimic down here and thought that maybe he could bring Charlie back using it. Similar to how in the books, Henry ended up making Charlie robots that recreated his lost daughter. If he found this Mimic, maybe he could train it to be more like Charlie. And whether or not that worked, that was the purpose of all this technology. But again, that was wrong. And I also later changed my mind when Help Wanted 2 came out. In Help Wanted 2, it made it seem like Glitchtrap had these different iterations. So I started considering the possibility that GGY and Vanny were iterations of Glitchtrap, and they survived being removed from Vanessa and Gregory. And that Help Wanted 2 was those two personalities battling it out to try to take over the mind of the next host. So in that context, Mexus instead was an old piece of technology that was then utilized by GGY to keep everyone safe and shrouded, so Vanny could focus on recreating Burntrap while no one could be the wiser. But then when GGY was separated and eventually destroyed, Vanny didn't know how to disable Mexus, and it was instead becoming a hindrance, so they needed to trick Cassie down there to turn it off for them. Which again, that's a good concept. I like that idea. But then we got Secret of the Mimic, which kind of took all the lore—
I feel like that one was more convoluted for me. Maybe I had a different opinion at the time, but like hearing it relayed back to me like this is confusing.
we thought we knew, and Book of Spells has been helpful, but I'm really tired. Today's video—
What is it? What the heck is it
Two main
sponsored by?
things.
Oh, a mattress.
.com/rytoast and get 30. Thanks again to Titan Mattress for sponsoring today's video. Well, there's no time like the present for a nap. Frankly, the most important thing Secret of the Mimic does to tell us about Mexus is finally tell us what this weird acronym is supposed to mean. It stands for Mechanical X-Form experimental storage. It's only found on one monitor in the entire game near the end, in the safe room next to Murray's office in his private home. It's also listed as mechanical X-form experimental storage.
Someone in T-Dread's chat yesterday suggested that Gregory's friend might be Michael. Oh, I don't know about that. Edwin makes more sense. I feel like Fiona or Vanny like make the most sense. I don't know. I feel like I just it makes the most sense to me if that's Vanessa, right? Like I don't I just like I don't it's I don't know. Anyway, sorry. My brain is broken.
Number 1, which implies there's
this is me. This is me. This is why I don't fit in. Like this is why I don't fit like in this group of like FNAF theorists where like you can like ask them like what are your thoughts on this and they're like, "Oh," and they have like an answer. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like that's me. Like every stupid time. Like I have no like concrete feelings about anything. I just am like everything is fluid and I don't care. And then I feel bad because I'm like I'm not like saying like I don't care about the lore or I don't care about your question. I just like I don't know. I don't know how to keep it all in my brain at the same time. And it's not fun anymore. I just don't have fun. I don't know, it's not fun. I'm just like maybe I just need to watch all these videos in the background and like not actually pay attention to them just to say I watched them, but I do want to participate. Oh, thanks. I'm not trying to like poop on myself or anything. I just feel like like crappy thinking that like I ought to have like some kind of a platform when like I don't have anything to say. But yeah, I don't know. I'm also like just really all over the place right now, so please just take it with a grain of salt that like in a normal or sorry in a more stable spot like I'm not this crazy. I'm just not super emotionally stable right now. So it's too quiet. I can turn it up a little. Wait, am I up on here? I am. I can turn it up a little. It was your earbuds. Oh, whoops. Anyway, I just feel like I'm no authority and so I feel silly. um I feel silly even offering. I think that's why I go, I don't know, I don't care. I think that's why I do that is because I go like, man, I'm no authority. I'm nobody. Like, forget me. Like, who cares? Don't feel crappy. I like the vibes in here. Well, thank you. And that's you know, and that's where I'm trying to move. I think I'm just trying to like find a better spot. Fair enough, Seeker. Fair enough, fair enough. Sorry. But anyway, I don't mean to be getting too like what I'm just not a good I'm not my brain is not like fully with it right now. Also, like I'm trying to change into taking my medication at night, which means that I haven't taken it yet cuz I'm going to take it right before bed. Um so basically right now it's wearing off from yesterday and I'm getting a little discombobulated, which is what I'm afraid will happen if I take the medication at night. But we'll just have to see. Tomorrow's your brother's birthday. Exciting. Oh, I did. Thank you. Just a guy. I don't think I feel crappy because of Spooky Bear Game. I feel crappy because of the state of the world and the my country and where I live in general right now, and a lot of things that I can't really talk about because it would be like too likely that someone would be able to like Google it and find out where I live. But yeah. True, Spiral. That's true. That's very true. Fair enough, Clavis. But yeah, I think I just want to. You have an idea? Let's hear it, phone guy. Rotting orange. Yeah. Well, it's not just that. It's like it's so many other absolutely like unfortunate people that just make me frustrated. And I also like I won't go into it, but I'm also very very angry at the other party as well. But I won't go into it. What if Edwin is glitch trap? Interesting. Well, thank you, Rebecca. I'm afraid of being I go back and forth between being afraid of being too candid with folks on the internet, but I also just like in my real life all of the time I'm a very candid open book kind of person. I'm not a beat around the bush kind of person. I don't not you guys. This is not pertain to you guys. I'm going to make this abundantly clear. But like when I say like I'm going shopping and I go up to the cash register to like check out, I feel so awkward when the person says like, "Hey, how are you doing today?" Because it's very hard for me to go, "Good. How are you know, it's like I have to practice like making sure I say good because if I am having a good day, or at the very least, if the shopping experience was good, I think I can legitimately say like, "Oh, I'm doing great," you know. But like, there are times when I am having a bad day, you know, where I've just come in the store from like crying about something, or I'm really stressed out about some, you know, personal issue that I'm trying to deal with. And so it's like the person at the cash register is just looking for the good, how are you? And I have on a number of occasions like gone like, ugh, you don't want to know. Like when they ask that, and it's like immediately like goes to the whole mood, and I feel so embarrassed that I do that, even though like I am honestly answering their question that they asked. It's like that's not what they want. Like people aren't really asking how you're doing when they ask you that, unless they're like your friend, right? Your friend probably wants to know. um but not enough who's good in FNAF. Cassie. Anyway, I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm doing my best. Where did my dog go? Oh, there he is. Okay. He's good. It's a day. Yeah. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. I it's not a bad one. I think I just have a problem with wearing my mood on my face. For now at least. Yeah. I hope she stays good. Canned communication being a drag. Yeah, it's just like yeah. It's like obviously they're just doing their job. Zeke, what is in your mouth? Is that your toy? I think it says chicken. Okay, good boy. You're a good boy. I love you. He said, "I'm a good boy. Come get it." Fun canned answers. Nice. Tetsuya, it's like when you just say like, "Hi, how are you?" "Oh, I'm good. How are you?" "The weather's nice today." You know, just kind of like conversation that you have with the like cashier or the person who's like taking your ticket at the movie theater, just because it's like you got to say something, but it's not really genuine conversation. But anyway, should we watch this video? Yes, polite NPC talk. I almost said that. I almost said NPC talk, but I didn't know if that would make any more sense. But yes.
More. But within this
let me go back a little bit.
Near the end, in the safe room next to Murray's office in his private home. It's also listed as Mechanical X-Form Experimental Storage number 1, which implies there's more. But within this Mexis console, we can execute Cradle.exe, and seemingly in-game, that doesn't do anything. But it...
Okay, but like Cradle.exe, that's what Theory Chum's theory is about. So if you go to Theory Chum's channel with a 3 instead of an E, he has a Mixis theory that talks about what the Cradle potentially does.
It does piss off the Mimic, which then leads us to run away, unsuccessfully. But that's not the only information related to Mexis we get in this game, because there's Fiona, or F10 and 4, and I'm no scientist, but this box are the same damn box.
Sorry, way too loud. What are you doing? I think about. I just walked over this lamp. Um, there are very, very minor visual differences, but I'm with him. I'm with you. I'm with you, Rye. It's just they really are the same box. But maybe it's the same box in the sense that they're the same model and not the exact same box themselves. I really think they're the same. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi. Oh, hi, Zeke. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi. I love you. Come lay down. You're on my you're on my headphones. Zeke is in my lap now. Okay.
Except the label has been changed. So what's the deal with that? Because clearly this is the same kind of machine, but unless somebody went to the Fiona machine, shaved off that label, and re-welded a new label, these are two
Okay, thank you, Not Voss. I'll when you pop it in, I'll read it.
different boxes. Well, with the other evidence in Secret of the Mimic, that does track. After all, in a similar safe room in the main Murray's Costume manor, we instead see experimental storage number 2, which is where we access the Mimic schematics. So if this experimental storage is also a Mex's console, this starts to make a lot more sense. After all, the Fiona machine is in the basement of MCM, and likewise its console is in the same building. So this Mex's console in Murray's private home is likely connected to a separate Mex's machine in Murray's home that we don't get.
Yeah, Rye agrees that there's probably like a second computer and they just look the same. I just don't like that. Like it's people aren't wrong when they say that there's two. I don't think that they're wrong. I think my initial understanding of just seeing that they looked the same and calling them the same was probably incorrect. I was probably wrong. Like 90% sure. I'll give myself like me and the other folks like a 10% chance of maybe being right that they are the same exact thing. And not two different versions of the same design. But I do not like that they would do such a thing.
Get to see. My main thinking is that these are both mechanical X-Form experimental storage containers, but since this one was created to hold M1's personality, either Murray just personalized it to make it more like Fiona, or since this computer is located within Murray's Costume Manor, just to be extra safe, he didn't want to list what the full name of this project was on any monitor, even if it's in his private safe room. I mean, we know the man was paranoid. His private computer in his private office in his private house has redacted and locks files on it. Edwin, ain't nobody getting to your secret folders. Let us look at them. But Secret of the Mimic
ain't nobody getting to your folders. Let me get into them folders. Hi, Jacobing it.
is showing.
Yes, just a guy. We were looking at that earlier. After this video, we can shitty chat about Into the Pit if you want, or Return to the Pit. Can I make you a song for your channel? I mean, Aaron, go for it if you want to. But I don't know if I'll put it on there. Like, I mean, have fun, you know. Maybe if it's, I can preview it, and if it's chill, we can watch it on one of my streams or something. And we'll see. Hi, Raven. Bye, Sarah. Got Discord? I do. I don't know. I'm not gonna link it right now just because I'm a little bit. It would just take me too long. But anyway. It's weird when I'm streaming. Sometimes Discord doesn't want me to share the link, is what I'm trying to say. Here are the blueprints for the cradle. It can keep David safe and provide boundaries. It's a type of computer, and it's bigger than anything you've done before. Okay, so it could still be a machine like that, because that's what computers, I mean, theoretically, like, Mixes still is a computer, right? Like, could be the still we're too lazy to create a model for the Fiona machine, so they just reuse the Mixes. Yeah, I mean, it's all possible. It's all possible. It's just silly to me to not make them just like, I mean, a little different. Zeke is being really needy right now. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry your laptop died. Okay, sorry. Okay.
files on it. Edwin, ain't nobody getting to your secret folders. Let us look at them. But Secret of the Mimic is showing us that there's likely at least 2 of these really big boxes. One of them has the Mimic schematics, and the other one has Cradle.exe. And since the one with the Mimic schematics is the Fiona console, our Mexis from Ruin must be the one with Cradle.exe, the one that we don't actually get to see in Secret of the Mimic, the one with the correct label we would have seen in Ruin. So if our Ruin Mexis has Cradle.exe inside of it and is capable of being run, does that help us at all? Does that tell us more about what Mexis and the entity might be? Well, I think so, if we start talking about what the game tells us Cradle.exe is created to do. There's only one point in the entire game that we get a clear answer as to what Cradle.exe could possibly be, and it's in an email found in Edwin's office in the main building. That email being from Fiona, or F10 and 4. It reads, "Edwin, please talk to me. We need to stop it together. Here are the blueprints for the Cradle. It can keep David safe and provide boundaries. It's a type of computer, and it's bigger than anything you've done before. If you won't finish the program, consider building the Cradle. It will keep people safe." So whatever Cradle.exe is, it needs Mexis in order to function, and it's something that could theoretically contain and capture M2, or quote, keep David safe and provide boundaries. A program that would keep the Mimic in one place. Hey, that
the Fiona voice. I think Rye has like one femme voice and that's it.
kind of sounds like Mexis. Look, I really wanted to do the bit again, but if I did the bit every video, it would get old. But half of theorizing is setting up something and then giving you that twist, so theoretically, I could script every video to have that bit. I think it's a good bit, but again, I don't want to overuse it just because we're talking about... So to put this together, what does Mexis actually do in Ruin? Whenever we're wearing the mask, it tries to kill us. It gets closer, observing us, until eventually it sends an animatronic after us. The Mimic and Glitchtrap seem to desperately want to get rid of this thing, but they seem incapable of doing so on their own. The Mimic, as Gregory on the walkie-talkie, and Glitchtrap as Helpy in the mask itself, need a human to manipulate downstairs and undo all of Mex's security protocols, until ultimately making it down to the main CRT monitor next to the machine and fully deactivating the program. But when we, as Cassie, are not using the Vanny mask, Mexis is absolutely no threat to us. Mexis isn't even visible. Mexis exists solely in the AR world. So if Mexis is Cradle.exe, this makes sense, doesn't it? The point of Cradle.exe is to capture and neutralize the Mimic, and that's exactly what Mexis has done and is trying to do again with Glitchtrap. The Mimic is currently locked away in the pizzeria basement in a sealed room.
Oh, I'm certainly not making fun of Rye's voice acting skills at all. I think it's just... It doesn't sound like the Fiona that we hear, but that is chill. It's just... I just appreciate that Rye goes the extra mile to be like, this is a feminine character, so I'm going to use my feminine voice. I'm here for that.
Cradle.exe has captured M2 and given it boundaries, exactly like M1 said it was going to.
Kids need boundaries.
M2 in a locked, sealed room and preventing its programming from leaving. Now, when Glitchtrap, an iteration of the Mimic, is actively being used throughout the Pizzaplex, Mexis, or the Cradle.exe program, is hot on our tail, seeking out that source of the Mimic and attempting to obtain it, neutralizing the person carrying it if it must. So both the Mimic and Glitchtrap recognize that a program like Mexis, or Cradle.exe, is enough to stop them both in their tracks forevermore. M2 might have been locked away ever since we ran the original Cradle. Sure, he's walking away at the end of the game, but we don't know where to. And if he ever gets back to MCM, it's likely that Cradle.exe is going to lock him in the same room we find him in 50 years down the line. And Glitchtrap sure as hell does not want to be locked inside of this Mexis box, just like M1 was. So Glitchtrap and the Mimic have a shared goal to get rid of Cradle.exe, but neither of them can do anything about it. M2 is still locked in the basement, and if Glitchtrap is around too long, he's going right down there with it. So they need a human. A non-Mimic controlled human. A regular human to manipulate and trick into deactivating all the security protocols that Mexis has set up, so that once it's finally deactivated, they can both be free. Note that in the Brazil ending, Glitchtrap seems to take over Cassie's mind pretty instantaneously. Why didn't it do it until then? I think it's because Mexis was still out and about, and if Glitchtrap was permanently out and about inside of Cassie's mind, it would have been yoinked by Cradle.exe the moment it could. But the big question is, who set this all up? I still think the likely culprit is Cassie's dad. We know he was investigating the Pizzaplex through Help Wanted 2 and Cassie's dialogue. If he encountered the Mexis console and Cradle.exe, he could be the one responsible for its rabbit makeover. We know Bonnie was his favorite, and if he was placing security...
Wait a minute! This is what I said! Rye, I'm gonna need an apology. Because this is what I said! It's not my exact theory. It's not my exact theory. But I literally said, I was like, it's a rabbit because of Cassie's dad. Like, that is a really important connection.
He could be the one responsible for its rabbit makeover. We know Bonnie was his favorite, and if he was placing security nodes throughout the entire Pizzaplex, this would explain why Mexus got so strong and able to contain everything so well. After all, Glitchtrap is a menace during Help Wanted 2 and Security Breach, but in Ruin is terrified. Cassie's
Not just me though. What's wrong with me? Why can't I not remember? I feel like I do know that. Yeah, the Oof Troop. I was gonna say their name right the entire time, but I was getting them confused with Foot of a Ferret. The Oof Troop also agrees that the Bonnie, or sorry, the Mixus being this blue rabbit is proof that the Cassie's dad has something to do with it.
dad might have been that difference. So, was I right or was I wrong? Mostly wrong, but there were parts of that theory that were right, and that's why I love-
Okay, stop saying we then, bucko. Stop looping me in with your failures. No, I'm making a joke, I'm making a joke. It just look like Fiona but green. Hey, who knows? There's a chicken/egg scenario with F10's console and Cradle right now, and it's driving me crazy because no one is acknowledging that the timeline doesn't make sense. Like, which one came first? I guess I'm a little confused. But it sounds like, I mean, if it's Cradle.exe, then it is like a program that's running on a computer as well as the computer itself. It's like an operating system. He basically just made a theory saying Edwin might be the player of Help Wanted 2. I don't think that's what he's saying. Yeah, stupid books.
Theorizing alongside an ongoing series like Five Nights at Freddy's. You can come up with a pretty good speculation, and even if some or most of it is proven wrong, some of those bones do carry over into what is more accurate. So was Mexus built by Henry and adjusted by Cassie's dad and GGY and it was this whole thing? No. But it is a machine that was keeping the Mimic locked away, and it was likely adjusted by Cassie's dad. But now we know the true origins of it, all the way back to M1, who was just trying to keep M2 safe so that Edwin could fix it. And now it's loose and needs to be dealt with. So let me know.
I hate that. I would not like that. I would not like that if we were if we were playing as Edwin. I would not like that. Oh, look at this baby. Look at this big old baby. Hold on. Look at the baby. Look at him. This is a good boy. Just a sweet little baby. Just a sweet little man. That's how he was laying in my lap. Edwin being the player would be unsatisfying for me. To me, in my opinion. He wants pets so bad. You want pets. You want pets. He wants them so bad. He needs so much pets. Have you ever watched Rye's take on Baby being the one who promised to put Cece back together? We talked about your theory on that. I'm sure I don't know if I've watched Rye's video, but why did I think you were talking to a cat this whole time? I mean, there are cats running around here. Sometimes I just have to get him to go. He wants pets forever. This is a pretty low viewed video. 69,000? Hold on, I'll pull you back over here. Wrong one. 69,000 views in a month? That's kind of crazy. What was the actual day of this video? This is after the changes were implemented. Those, like, having to prove your age or whatever changes. And they don't count. Just curious, not requesting that you watch it. I wasn't, that's not what I was insinuating. I'm sorry. I may have got my wires crossed or something like that. But I was not, I would try, I wasn't trying to insinuate that you were saying that. I don't believe that I have seen it. But we had talked about your theory that you put in my community tab. Just a guy, that's fair. What type of breed is your dog? He's a miniature schnauzer. He looks a little less schnauzery right now because he doesn't have a whole lot of fur on his underbelly because there's a bunch of sap in my backyard. I don't know. I have like theories as to why it's so bad, but apparently like there's apparently it's just like unreasonably bad this year than it has been other years. God, my bangs are making me mad right now, y'all. Ciabatta, cut that out. Ciabatta, cut that out. She's being crazy. Sap theory. But yeah, anyway, so I can't let him have a long undercoat right now because he gets like sap all over it and it's not good for, obviously he doesn't feel good like that. And it's a lot easier for me to just give him baths if he has a shorter coat. But I'm hoping once this grass starts to die, that he can have his undercoat or his longer coat again, because I'm sure during the winter times he would want more fur. I think it makes more sense that before Edwin bit the dust, he set up his Mix's console. That console is the one that's in ruin, and Cassie's dad is the only employee skilled enough to work it, but I don't know. Fair enough. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. I keep thinking that's my laptop. Pizza! How exciting. Am I, like, a noise that I'm making? I haven't, phone guy, I haven't seen that video yet because I think I might make I think I want to make a reaction video to it, but if I'm going to do that, I need to do it like yesterday. Oh my gosh, dude, chill. Chill out. Go lay down. Good boy. Good boy. He's a sweetie. I love him. Casual jump scare every time. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know what noise I'm making. But yeah. Blah blah blah. Sorry. We're getting old Edwin with Edwin with animatronic legs in the future, Darth Maul style. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna let me go get a brush or something because my bangs are driving me crazy and I'm gonna lose it. The noise goes doodly doo. Interesting. I don't hear it. That's alarming. I'll be right back. No, no, no. I mean, if that's the noise, that's the noise. I'm just like, what? I just don't hear it. Like that's it all. Like I don't hear it. The noise. Anyway. Do you see how like before my bangs were like individual weird little hairs and now it's like more like I don't know what that is. V Elm. Nobody in here I think really speaks Russian. I'm so sorry. Pizzaplex Simulator. That would be fun. Sounds like Messenger. Well, I'm not getting any messages. That's the thing. I'm not getting messages on anything. Go for it, Tyrion. I'm gonna put you in timeout just for a second, friend, because like we really cannot understand what you're saying. And I'm very sorry about it. Hi, butterfly. I'm not getting any messages on Discord or on and like in my messages or anything. Some kind of notification. Yeah, okay, I hear you. But I'm telling you without a shadow of a doubt, like I ain't got no notifications. I'm getting none. I'm getting none notifications. There is a sound when I like turn the volume up and down. But I haven't done that. There's that. Sorry. Being annoying. It's a Windows sound? I don't know. How often is it happening? It's not showing on my... I don't see it on my wave, you know, my sound, my bar or any... Like my... It's not showing up on my audio. But I wouldn't hear that? Oh, okay. So it's not making the noise right now. Okay. I thought you guys were saying it was like playing continuously. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what you guys can currently hear. Yeah, I don't know about that. I haven't gotten any notifications. My only explanation for Fazbear Entertainment to keep Cassie's dad when they replace most with animatronic bots. Oh yeah, like him being yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. I nothing on my end is unplugged. Or I'm not getting any notifications that something is plugged in or unplugged. Anyway, what do people think about this? Somebody made the same comment I did. Nice, Chaz. Zeke's going crazy right now. Anyway, yeah, I really do believe that Cassie's dad is connected to Mixus. I think that's gotta be who we play as in Help Wanted 2. I can believe that, like, Edwin's consciousness or some of his memories or something are, like, up in the thing. But, like, doesn't it make more sense that we're seeing Fiona's memories in Help Wanted 2, considering that it's the Fall Fest fire? Like, doesn't that make more sense? Like, is Arnold Cassie's dad? No. He's all the way back in 1979. And Cassie's a kid in, like, at the very least present day, if not, like, the future. I could believe it's present day, but, like, the future. But like, and also it says like you look like you got kids, which could apply to Fiona or Cassie's dad. If Edwin is the player of Help Wanted 2 and there is a note saying they're going to leave, implying Cassie's dad leaves, where would he be in the Pizzaplex? I don't know. Arnold might be your grandfather. I could see there being like a connection, especially if Arnold is a technician, you know? Like if Arnold's a technician, it's like something that happens within the family. I could see that. I think I think we think I think we think we're playing Gregory, but we are the mimic in Security Breach. Because I could like I've at the, after especially after Secret of the Mimic, I could totally see Gregory being a robot. Those who believe it's Edwin and not Cassie's dad would have to explain why Mimic let him live or how Edward escaped after an explosion and being severely wounded. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like calling F10 Fiona because that ChatGPT ripoff is not that woman. Well, I just say this is I'm just a guy. I would agree that like okay, set the misogyny aside, which like I don't know that it is that would feel like that feels like a stretch just because I don't think that that's the intention behind it. I think people are just trying to shorthand or at the very least just not have to type in elite speak. But I do think we should be saying F10 for for the computerized version of Fiona, regardless of whether you think that it is. Regardless of whether you think F10 is genuinely a Fiona in her spirit or if you think that it's not, I think we should be saying F10 when we're referring to the computer for clarity's sake. I think there is a real Gregory, but we've never actually seen him in game. I have said this too, where I think like no matter what, there is a real Gregory. He's just, if anything, been replaced. And I think that would make potentially, that could also make sense of the Vanessa fire escape ending to Security Breach, where these people are being captured and replaced. Trying to think of a good comparison, but like Invasion of the Body Snatcher style kind of thing. But I think in that sense, they actually do take your body, so that wouldn't be the same thing. But yeah, like I could totally imagine that these people are being kidnapped and potentially killed or tortured or something, experimented on. Yeah, I don't think I don't know that I ever thought that MatPat was crazy for thinking Gregory was a robot. I just at the time wasn't able to fully go, yes, that's the case, because it felt like jumping the shark a little bit for the series. But since then, so many other things have happened within the game's continuity that make it me go, I mean, seems like they were well on their way. Bye, Amy. I still feel Cassie's dad built Gregory to be his daughter's friend. Because Gregory, based on Ruin, randomly appeared. Plus his silhouette is on the missing kids newspaper on the Security Breach ending. What? Oh. I'm confused. I don't really know how his silhouette being a part of the missing kids newspaper is. Before I read the books, honestly, Butterfly, it was, but also just like trying to separate the games and the books, because I mean MatPat was using the books a lot to talk about things. Anyway, hey Jax. Maybe the Security Breach game is one big dream plan for M2, but he ruins himself. I don't know. Like, Security Breach in general is a mess of a game. But I don't like saying that it didn't happen. I don't mind saying that it didn't happen the way Gregory perceived it, or the way potentially Greg Bot perceived it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's really, I really don't see security breach not having happened at all. I can see a world where, like I said, it happened differently, and Gregory is under some kind of influence that is messing with his perception of things, but I don't know. Phone guy. But the thing is that I think now they have had to like retroactively fit it into the lore. So everything after that, as far as Scott was able to, the way Scott explained it, it seems like he's saying like, no, that is canon. That's what happened. And that's why I can't really get on board with people saying that Burn Trap never existed just because of what Scott said, because it is in the game objectively. Like, we can't, like, you can say that it's like one of the comic book pictures, so that means that it didn't happen. And like I said, I think that it's possible that the way Burn Trap appears to Gregory is not really the way Burn Trap looks, and his perception is modified due to like maybe illusion discs or something to that effect. But I do think that whatever, like maybe, but like whatever it is in the game, whatever it is, even if it's not literally Burn Trap. But I don't know. Ralph worked at Murray's Costume Manor? What? Did he say that in... Did he say that in the week before? Yeah, Ondem, I kind of have the same thought process. If you leave the Pizzaplex and Gregory's in the alleyway, I know. Oh. Assume real Gregory died and his likeness is used for bot Gregory. Okay. I get it. It's in The Secret of the Mimic. Oh, Ralph was there? Oh, interesting. I must have missed that. I feel like I heard Ralph's name, or I read Ralph's name in Secret of the Mimic, but I guess I wasn't putting together that it was the same Ralph. So, like, security breaches a rundown place, like in Help Wanted, and it all could be in his mind? Maybe. I don't know. Bye, Chris. Have a good night. It's... If you look at the comic for the Burn Trap ending, his hand is different than the cutscene. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's a real crying shame that Security Breach wasn't the game that Scott intended it to be because of his communication skills and close guarding of the lore. Because now we're having these conversations that really we have no business having. Like, they weren't even things that were intended to be weird mysteries for us to solve. Like, they just are now. And that's why I'm like, okay, Scott came out and said, right, like, Burn Trap, that entity, was never meant to move. It was supposed to basically be like a hallucination of sorts that you see out of the corner of your eye, or at the most, just something that sat still. You know? Well, Scott's the only person that could remake the game in his image, because he's the only one that understands what he wanted it to be. But, guys, I don't know. Kind of hard piecing everything together, yeah. Just facts. I'm just gonna angle this down a little bit, just so if you guys might see Totes a little better. Burn Trap might have been consumed by the Tangle off screen, which is a bit unsatisfying, but that's what it was trying to do in the original ending. Not false. I think you're right about that. I think that that's entirely possible and even likely because we don't objectively see Burn Trap again. So, oh my God, Toast. Okay. If we get to official games of a show, big movie news at NYCC, New York Comic Con. If everyone wants to be angry, I still think that only Edwin interacts with Henry in Secret of the Mimic, so it is possible they're two personalities in one person. Oh, I heard, I remember, I don't remember if it was you who said that, I imagine, but like, you know, somebody else or you, again, you've said that before. I don't agree with it. I'm not mad at it, but I don't agree. Kind of feel sad when I think about the original security breach compared to the one we got. Yeah, I do too. I get really sad about it. And I get sad in both directions. I get sad that Steel Wool's ultimate vision, based on what Scott told them, was so wrong that they had to cut Vanny basically out of the game, even though they made her like the main antagonist for most of it, and then they just had to like cut her. And then two, I'm upset that, like, you know, since Scott did do his thing, that Steelwool was even able to get that far in the first place. Nice, Cypher. I don't want to know, though. Is that okay? Is it okay if I don't want to know? And I ask you not to put them in chat? Another FNAF woman that got shafted. I know. They just keep doing it to us. And but yeah. Gives me FNAF 3 vibes. Maybe Security Breach and FNAF 3 are somewhat related or parallels. Potentially. Seems like Gregory just shows up randomly when Cassie's dad is busy, knowing she's alone and Roxy wasn't enough. Cassie's dad is kind of overpowered if true. Yeah, I just don't think... True. I didn't think about them. I mean, we don't know how... Like, they set Jackie up and then didn't do much with her. But, like, not anywhere nearly as badly as what I feel like they did to Baby. I feel like Baby deserves so much more. I mean, she did get her game and all that, you know, so I'm not mad in that respect, but it's kind of sad that the very next time we see her, she's just a shell. But, I guess I just think we don't really know enough about Gregory to say that he was created by Cassie's dad. That just feels kind of wild to me. Like, if anyone created Gregory, I would more so say he kind of created himself, in the sense that, like, the M2 program, you know, created Gregory. Or, like, you know, manifested his creation, maybe got some help from others. Cassie and Mimic will go full Vanny and Jackie, respectfully. Oh. Oh. Aren't you beautiful? Aren't you just beautiful? Oh my god. Toast turned 8 years old 3 days ago. 3 days ago, Toast turned 8 years old. Are you 8 years old, Toasty? Are you 8? She ate. She ate. Jackie is the only one who didn't get a proper second phase, and then there's the rain boot situation in Moon.exe. I feel like she's coming back. You might be huffing copium, but I hope not, because I think it would be fun to see a ruined Jackie. She left no crumbs. She really didn't. She did enjoy her illicit substances. She did. You get all catnipped up. Were you covered in catnip? Did you take a little catnip bath, huh? Did you? Oh my gosh, she's being a little tiny baby thing right now. You're being a little tiny baby thing. You're being a little tiny baby thing. Seeker, I'm sorry you don't get the Vanny hype. I think we built her up in our heads, right? Like we wanted her to be this like freaky little thing, and she ended up kind of not being. Like what Vanny is not terribly interesting. Not terribly interesting. We do see a broken Jackie chasing us in like phase 2 of her chase, right? It's a sick design, yeah. And I liked like the idea of, oh, we're like brainwashing people, or just they're becoming copycat killers. Like it could even just not necessarily be a brainwashing, but just sort of like a, okay, Zeke, okay. Like if she kind of had like a psychosis moment and really believed that William Afton was her father, even though he wasn't, because her dad's name was Bill A. And that kind of thing. Like I think that would have been so interesting, but they didn't do anything interesting with her. Shelf discussion for now. I don't know. What? I think we thought Fanny was replacing William and moving us forward, only to be like, nope, Chuck Testa. Nope, Chuck Testa. That's a callback. William taxidermy. Yeah. Vanny is grown up trans David. Heck yeah. That would be sick. Trans David, let's go. Hi, baby. She's drooling. Cassie's dad found Mixus and its purpose, so he made Gregory to not only be his daughter's friends, but also be a Mixus protector in plain sight. I just don't think so. Oh my god! No! Zeke. No. 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 I'm sorry, buddy. No. I love you, but no. Sorry. It's okay, I can say it. Alright. Anyway. There's a lot going on. I'm sorry my brain's broken. But, YouTube only posted half my comment. Was asking if we're open to talking about theories on the next game or not. I haven't looked at that stuff. To your point, let's watch the Daco video. To your point, let's watch the Daco video about that, actually. To your point. Because I haven't looked at any of it. I don't know anything. I know nothing. Let's to your point. Hi, Hesher. The only good British person. Oh my gosh.
Very grateful. Thank you, FNAF gods.
Oh.
Well, guys, I've returned from vacation, and it looks like I didn't miss any new FNAF game that dropped or anything like that, so I'm very grateful. Thank you, FNAF gods, for blessing me for once. Give me a sec.
What? In deepest, darkest depths of my despair, I find myself without a saving grace. A pendulum of pain prevents my prayer from rising upward through the... Yeah, Juan, we know. We're not talking about it, though, because I don't want to know who's in it. If that's okay. Secret of the Mimic DLC? I don't know. If Edwin's alive, I imagine the DLC will be Edwin, right? Oh! Okay, bye, Toast.
Give me a sec.
Through the elevator.
What the fuck? Okay,
Oh my
guys, so
gosh.
although I haven't missed a new FNAF
Oh my goodness, Pablo, thanks for being a spark for 2 whole months.
game dropping, which I'm very grateful for, Leon Riskin has apparently teased a brand new FNAF game is in the works, and with the clue has apparently...
Through the dead of space. Okay. You can at me in Discord if you want. I mean, I try to avoid DMs as much as I can, if that's okay. Oh my goodness, Pablo, thank you so much. You got Rebecca! And terminal error. We've seen EB as well in here too. Exciting. Thank you so much.
teased a brand new FNAF game is in the works, and with the clue of the new song title and him teasing a poem by somebody called Tom Woodliff, people are starting to get a rough idea on what this game could be about, or it could just be a red herring. But it is very interesting, guys, and this I'm 1,000,000% confident that this is teasing the next new FNAF game that Steelwall might be working on, or even Scott. So yeah, we'll talk about that now. This is the first tweet that Leon teased. It says, first teaser. Remember that. First teaser from the project Forgotten Names and Faces. So first off, Leon isn't saying like, oh, this is a cancelled song that I worked on. This is a song that I've been working on or anything like that. It's literally saying first teaser from the project Forgotten Names and Faces. Forgotten Names and Faces also is literally FNAF, FNAF. As well. So yeah, it's clearly a new teaser for the next FNAF project.
Okay. Yeah, it might not be a game. It could be like not a mainline game. Right? It could be just like not a mainline game. Give membership. I love it. It could just be not a mainline game, right? All things considered.
Not only that, it says, who will catch you when you fall into the abyss? We'll be talking about that in a minute as well. But first off, let's react to this 30-second clip of the new song, Forgotten Names and Faces, for the next FNAF project.
Okay, since it's a song, I will put the speed back to normal. Could be the DLC, could be... I just need them to release the VR version of the ding-dang Secret of the Mimic game. Pablo, thank you so much for 5 more gifted memberships. How kind of you. Is your chat crashing? It's not crashing. We're not talking about it. If that's okay. No spoilers in here. If people want to go see it, they can. Ooh, la goob. Not really folks I know as much this time. But thank you so much, Pablo. Jayla! Oh my gosh, Pablo! Pablo! You got crosscore that time. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. It's been so long. I guess someone take the microphone from me. How exciting. Do I know any of these other people? You got withered! You got withered. Thank you, Pablo. So sweet, so sweet, so sweet. I'll let some of these, we'll chit chat while some of these, okay, so what are some other things it could be that aren't a game? Like, we'll listen to this song. I think it would be cool if it was just, since it's Leon, I think it would be really cool if it was like lore music. Like, I think that would be so rad if Leon Riskin was just making a bunch of bonus tracks that maybe were for each of the victims. Like, maybe Susie gets a song, and Fritz gets a song, and Gabriel gets a song. You know what I mean? Like, that would be really cool. Even if it wasn't, like, furthering the lore. Oh! FNAF World 2? Oh, unused music. That's true. Honestly, FNAF World 2 would completely and utterly cure me. I would be back in a big way. No, 87 homework problems. Is that the math of 87? I'm sorry. Do you think the cradle is FNAF World? I don't think that, but is it possible? I don't know. Pablo gifted you a sub, Brayden. No problem, Brayden. Totally understand the math of 87. That's what I'm saying. Okay. While we're waiting, I do also just, like, want to show you guys. Honestly, it's not crazy to say, like, oh, FNAF World is, like, because of, Moon.exe. I could totally see it. Sega, I hope you were joking and you didn't just come in here and spoil that. Anyway. I want to show you guys part of Zeke's Halloween costume. It's this little bow tie. Look at it. Is that not the dumbest thing? Sega. I'm gonna have to put it as a pinned thing. I'm gonna have to put it as a pinned comment. Please, no FNAF 2 movie spoilers. Thanks. It's not your fault I didn't have it pinned. I told all the other people who came in here, please don't, but... it's not a bow tie. Why did I say bow tie? It's just a regular, it's a necktie. But it has like a little like bat bow thingy on the top of it. So it's kind of giving both. Anyway. It's very, very cute. And it's got little bats and moons on it and stuff. And I don't know, it's just like a giving. It matches Toast's collar. Toast had, where's Toast at? She's off somewhere. She has like the same collar that this necktie looks like. And I also got Ciabatta a collar, but I didn't trust her to keep it on as long, so I didn't get her one that had like this on it because I thought this texture would be maybe not cool for Ciabatta. She's a little more sensitive to that stuff. Did we win the timeline? I hope so. And anyway, Zeke is this. And then he also has a harness that has little spider legs on it. And because I wanted to get him something that was like minimally invasive, because I don't want to bug him. But he's the CEO of the web. He's just the CEO of the whole web. So he's gonna keep the internet safe for us. Are you gonna keep the internet safe? Are you gonna keep it safe for us, buddy? Can I put this on you? Can I put on your part of your Halloween costume that I just love so much, and you're so cute when you're wearing it? You want to play with your chicken? I already know. He just wants me to throw this. Okay. Your son's birthday is on Halloween? So is my friend's. I have a friend who has a Halloween birthday. That's so awesome. Honestly, like, if I had a kid and our birthdays were right next to each other, I think that was so cute. Not the hero we deserve, but the hero we need. So true. Brah, brah. Ow, buddy. He's going too hard. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this. But yeah, I think FNAF World would be really, really fun. And I also think that if it's just like a soundtrack of like new songs or forgotten songs or remix songs, something like that, I think that would be really rad too.
Projects. Let's have a listen. Elegant Surrender. Oh God.
I love Leon Riskin's music. Buddy, no.
It's quite sad.
Zeke, stop. We're listening to music.
Guys, just want to cry.
This is... Okay, Zeke, stop. Sorry, buddy. I love you. But we're not doing squeaks right now. I'm sorry. No squeaks right now, buddy. Not while we're listening. Okay. What is this? It's I can hear it in my head. Do 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 do. What is this from? It's like a soft piano version of... Is it Princess Quest? I think you're right. I think it is. Yes. Ciabatta, what are you yelling at? Ciabatta. What's up, baby? Anyway. Buddy, no. Go play with a toy that doesn't have a squeaker in it, for the love of all that is good in this world. It's like, specifically help 1 and 2 Princess Quest. That would make sense. Zeke. No. Buddy. Go settle. Go settle. Couch. Zeke. Couch. Honey, I love you so much. You're such a sweetie. Go couch. Couch. Sit. Stay. Thank you, baby. I want it to be abundantly clear. He's got like a plethora of toys over there that do not squeak. He wants to play with the squeaky ones right now, and he can't, and I'm sorry about it. But he's a good boy. Okay. Let me go back. Let me listen again. Let's go back, cause you might be right now, boss. Yeah, it's like a soft piano version.
Guys, I just want to cry. Oh God, glitchy. Okay, interesting. And the name as well, Elegant Surrender. You surrender?
Interesting. If Princess Quest is an elegant surrender. That does kind of lean into the idea of it being Vanessa.
Basically, Leon uses
I know, understood. Oh, trust me, I know.
snippets of songs from, like, you know, Sister Location and stuff, and other games that he's worked on, and puts them in the new songs, and people are like, oh my God, listen, there's a little snippet of Sister Location in here. With this one, it's from Help Wanted 2, Princess Quest.
Okay.
So that is very interesting how it's linked with Princess Quest. You know, that's a big thing with Security Breach and Glitch Trap and Vanessa. Forgotten Names and Faces. Not only does it link with
Evan.
Five Nights at Freddy's FNAF, Forgotten Names and Faces reminds me of Secret of the Mimic, Edwin Murray. The past has been forgotten.
Okay, I guess.
So this seems to me like it's a future game, maybe like Security Breach 2, after Ruin. We'll talk about that in a minute.
True Seeker, it could be like Cassie's dad, or, you know, whatever, or Help Wanted 2 protagonist, like, surrendering for that purpose, to do good. That's not a bad idea or thought. Hi, Burb.
That's how my brain's ticking right now. I'm thinking about like the forgotten past of, you know, the franchise and Edwin Murray.
He's like a psychic. Like, I'm seeing the past of the franchise. Delta. Fair enough.
And it's all been forgotten, and it's going to be brought up again in Ruin 2. Maybe Edwin is still alive. I still think that's going to be the case, that he comes back to stop the Mimic and have a big finale. That's what I'm thinking, like it's all been forgotten. Because obviously, you know, with Insecurity Breach, we've got the museum of all the, you know, the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and Fredbear's, all that stuff, but no remnants of Edwin Murray or anything like that. It's just been completely forgotten, apart from the Mimic, obviously. In Ruin 2, we're going to see more Secret of the Mimic stuff, in my opinion, of the past. So yeah, Elegant Surrender's an interesting one. So somebody is surrendering, or giving up. In my opinion, that could be linked with Cassie after falling down an elevator. Seems like it's just like she's going to be very weak. And maybe she's just surrendering to Glitch Trap or the Mimic or something like that, and she's just, you know, she's giving up. Maybe in Security Breach 2, like Cassie is possessed by Glitch Trap or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. Again, the song is quite sad. It could be Cassie just surrendering after falling down the elevator. I don't know. Can't think of any.
On to, like, let's go. Please give me a Women of FNAF game. Butterfly, yeah. And originally, instead of being called the princess, well, not Cassie, but Cassidy. Originally, the princess in Princess Quest was called Cassidy, but I think that may have been a mistake. Like, I think that may have been Steelwool kind of doing something, making assumptions.
Anybody else who would elegantly surrender? Maybe the Mimic surrenders. I don't know. Maybe Edwin's there and he just gives up. He surrenders. I don't know. The next day, Leon tweeted this. In deepest, darkest depths of my despair, I find myself without a saving grace. A pendulum of pain prevents my prayer from rising upward through the dead of space. And he says, no more obvious hashtags except credit to Tom Woodliff. Now, this is Tom Woodliff's poem called Abyss. Okay? Abyss. That would make a very cool FNAF title. What are you guys thinking about this? Abyss. Pretend this is Cassie saying this.
It could be like a Princess Quest 5. It's possible.
After falling down the elevator after ruin, in my deepest, darkest depths of my despair, you know, the elevator's just been cut off. She's dropped down into an abyss, alone, without a saving grace. She's all alone right now. The elevator's been cut. She's just alone in this abyss. The elevator's been cut. She's fell all the way down, and she's got no, you know, nobody's there to save her right now. She's just alone. How's she going to get back up? The elevator's been cut off. How is she going to escape from the abyss? Now, this is the full poem that I will read to you now. In deepest, darkest depths of my despair, I find myself without a saving grace. A pendulum of pain prevents my prayer from rising upward through the dead of space. Within these walls, a war where no one wins repeats itself just like a worn-out rhyme. No swain should here succumb to swinish sins, but he who does the crime must do the time. And yes, there was a time I loved her true, and in those days we dreamt without restraint. These merry memories have made me rue a life I should have lived with more constraint.
This sounds more like Edwin. Right? Butterfly. I have seen that joke. Wandering around. Right? Doesn't this sound more like Edwin? In the deepest, darkest depths of my despair, I find myself without a saving grace. Like, when, you know, he's lost everything. And, you know, he's lost his company. The mimic has turned against him and all that stuff. A pendulum of pain prevents my prayer. He's obviously in pain because of the explosion. From rising upward through the dead of space. That part I don't totally. Oh, okay. It prevents my prayer from rising up through the dead of space. Within these walls, a war where no one wins. I don't know if the whole thing really applies to Vanessa, though. I don't know that the whole thing necessarily applies to Vanessa, but it says, he who does the crime must do the time. Edwin, like, recognizing that he failed, or that he, like, did something unforgivable. And yet there was a time I loved her true. And in those days we dreamt without restraint. I mean, that's like at the beginning of his company where she's like, Edwin, go do whatever you want, you know? And then these merry memories have made me rue a life I should have lived with more constraint. And like his, like, endless pursuit of the next best thing. You know, ended up being his downfall. And then for now I dwell inside this cursed abyss, a captive soul who longs for heaven's bliss. Well, yeah, I know that, Evan, but it's still like, I mean, yeah, I understand that, but like, it is objectively the entire thing from beginning to end can objectively apply to Edwin. I'm not saying that it was written to be Edwin, obviously, but it can still fully apply, and it still fully applies to him. If it's just that little top part, it could apply to a lot of people, obviously. Cassie, obviously. I mean, Vanessa to an extent, but I just really, like, anything Vanessa, I just am completely writing off. I don't think that I think they're done with her. I don't think she's coming back. I would love for her to, but I just don't think she is. Yeah, it could just fully be about Abyss, yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying as a unit, it sounds like Edwin. You can pick pieces out of it and they could sound like other things, but the ding-danged thing from beginning to end, objectively, in my opinion, sounds like Edwin. Like, okay, nobody validate me, fine.
But now I dwell inside this cursed abyss, a captive soul who longs for heaven's bliss. Now, obviously, the poem isn't going to connect with FNAF fully, right? You know, Tom Woodliff didn't make this poem for Five Nights at Freddy's Abyss. Of course he didn't. You know, the first piece that Leon tweeted, that first piece, you know, we can link that with Cassie falling down the elevator and being on her own, stuck inside, underneath security breach, the Pizzaplex, you know? The other stuff doesn't really link much with Cassie, so I wouldn't really link that too much with FNAF, because, you know, I feel like people are going to link this with William Afton or something.
I just don't, it doesn't sound like William Edwin to me, or sorry, it doesn't sound like William Afton to me, because William Afton does not, let's make something abundantly clear, at no point, ever, at all, period, does William Afton ever feel bad about what he did. He doesn't ever feel bad about what he did. If he does, we have not ever seen it. So I don't know how you could link this to William Afton, because he doesn't... Thank you, Tarian. Like... Yeah, understood, yeah. And I'm not saying that he's never felt a feeling. Like, I'm sure William Afton felt a feeling and felt sad about things. I don't disagree that he did feel sad about things. Like, what's that guy's name? What's that one guy's name? That killed his family. Let me remember his name. Milicide Chris Watts. Chris Watts probably felt some level of, like, sadness, you know, about everything that happened with his family. But he was still responsible, and he was still, like, a total, like, crazy person for killing his family. Yeah, like, objectively, the piece that Leon Riskin gives us is just this first part, right? So we don't have to look at the rest for anything. But, like, okay, what I'm saying is, like, if I was talking about Chris Watts as William Afton, I would say, well, Chris Watts probably did love his kids. I'm not saying that he didn't love his kids or didn't love his wife, but something in him snapped at some point, and he was able to fully put his own ambitions over the actual true lives of his children and wife, where he could have just gotten a freaking divorce. Instead, he killed them dead, and then, you know, went on TV and tried to act like that they were missing, you know. And so you can look at that person. I'm not saying that he never cared for his kids. I'm sure there were plenty of nights where he tucked them into bed and read them a bedtime story and told them he loved them and gave them kisses on their boo-boos and, like, did all the things that a parent does. But at some point he snapped, you know? And from there on, he seemed to feel no remorse over his actions. He never seemed to care or cry over his children. You know? What am I looking at here? Oh my gosh. Why are they ordered in this way, Butterfly? Why are your questions ordered in this way? Okay, anyway. Saving grace equals remnant? Okay. Oh no! I skipped ahead. Did I? No, I didn't. I may have skipped
ahead. From the mimic and maybe we're playing as Cassie or Gregory. Afton, I don't know. I really don't know. For the moment, you know, I don't think this is going to be linked with William Afton. Maybe it is for Five Nights at Freddy's Abyss. Of course he didn't. Okay. But now I dwell inside this cursed abyss. The poem isn't going to connect with FNAF fully, right? You know.
Yeah, objectively, Taco, yeah.
Tom Woodliff did.
I think William didn't have a moment where he snapped, but that may have happened when he was, like, a kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's why the story B7 to me reeks of, like, William Afton's childhood. Like, that he was just kind of like there was some point in his life where, like, he just decided to be a more cold and calculated person because of like a survival instinct or something like that, and, like, was never able to snap back out of it, and just, you know, from that point on, he couldn't be a sympathetic character because, like, no, you know, maybe somewhere far back in his childhood, he's a sympathetic character. The same way as, who is it? Is it Michael Myers? You don't want a Wafton backstory, TBH. I mean, that's fair. I'm just trying to say, like, where somebody said, Seeker said, like, I don't think he snapped personally. That guy was evil from the beginning. I'm saying, like, yeah, his snap likely happened before we met him, or before, like, it doesn't matter.
Didn't make this poem for Five Nights at Freddy's Abyss. Of course he didn't. You know, the first piece that Leon tweeted, that first piece.
Yeah, just, that's my thing. It's like, if you read B7 if you read B7, which is objectively about a kid named Billy, if you read B7 as William Afton's childhood, obviously not freaking literally, okay? Oh, Spiral, that would not be bad. Is B7 a new one? No. It's honestly, it's a little trigger warning because people have speculated that it's a trans allegory and not a good one. But B7 is Tales from the Pizzaplex, where Billy is a kid. He watches the animatronic Freddy Fazbear show on TV and decides that he wants to be a robot. And from that... But that's so lame, Spiral. Like, I'm sorry for being rude, but... Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. I'm just gonna keep watching this.
Of course,
I was trying to explain myself,
the first piece that Leon tweeted, that first piece, you know, we can link that with Cassie falling down the elevator and being on her own.
Dual process theory. Read the tweet. Or read the pinned comment. Please read the pinned comment.
Stuck inside, underneath security breach, the Pizzaplex, you know? The other stuff.
Oh. Not talking about me. Oh. I don't think, yeah. Okay. Oh. I thought you were saying, like, oh, that's so lame, I'm spiraling. Okay, I misunderstood the thing. Yeah, no, I do not believe that William is motivated by grief. I believe he's motivated by envy, jealousy, those kinds of feelings. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me watch this.
On her own, stuck inside, underneath security breach, the Pizzaplex, you know? The other stuff doesn't really link much with Cassie.
I know. I didn't do anything. Okay, I'm sorry. I got confused. I think a lot of people were happening at the same time, and I just got... Okie dokie.
So I wouldn't really link that too much with FNAF, because, you know, I feel like people are going to link this with William Afton or something.
That's where we were.
You know, being stuck in hell after his crimes and stuff like that, but... I don't think this is going to be linked with William Afton. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe this isn't to do with Security Breach 2. Maybe this is a game after Secret of the Mimic. We're playing as William Afton. I don't know. I really don't know. For the most part, a lot of people are linking this with Security Breach 2.
I mean, I think that makes sense. Five Nights at Freddy's
Abyss or something like that. I feel like this is a teaser for Steelwall's next big project. And it's going to be, you know, it was obvious anyway. We've spoken about it for a very long time after Ruin. You know, it was left with a cliffhanger. You know, Cassie's in the elevator, getting chased by the Mimic. Gregory cuts the elevator off.
It's not a bad.
It's left with a cliffhanger. I don't even need to say this. It was so obvious that Steelwall left that at a cliffhanger because they're going to make a game that takes place after that, right?
It's not a bad conclusion to come to.
Being stuck underground, probably getting chased by the Mimic or something like that. It would be really interesting where we play as two different characters. We play as Cassie at some points in the game where she's stuck underground, trying to escape.
Oh yeah, understood. Yeah.
Maybe we see remnants of Fredbear's Family Diner and Edwin Murray. But then we can switch to Gregory's side where we're playing as Gregory or something still on the surface, maybe trying to find Cassie or something like that. Or you know, I think it would be very interesting. I definitely think even if we're not playing as Gregory, he's going to be in the game. But we're going to be playing as Cassie 100% underground, trying to find a
security unbreachable
way out. Maybe she's getting coerced by the glitch trap or the virus or something. She's trying to fight that off. I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's Abyss is a really good name, so I hope it's that. Or it could just be Security Breach 2. I don't know, but
in
Abyss is a
Security
really nice
Breach,
title. I
I'm
like that a
done.
lot. Yeah, like I said, guys, this might not even be Security Breach 2. It could be another game. It could be another game not made by Steelwool. It could be anything, guys. It's not 1,000,000% confirmed that this is Security Breach 2. It seems like it is, but you never know. It could be a red herring. It could be something completely different that's not even related to Security Breach 2. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I do think we're going to get the game announcement at the end of this year. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Maybe around Halloween time we'll get a title drop or something like that, because if we're starting to get teasers now, usually that means something's going to be announced soon. So fingers crossed that we get something soon, whether it's by Steelwool or somebody else or Click Team, I don't know. I do think it's going to be announced at the end of this year. I hope so anyway, but we'll have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you think Five Nights at Freddy's Abyss is a good name, or Into the Abyss or something like that?
The only thing that makes it odd to be a sequel to Security Breach, and correct, y'all tell me if this tracks with you, is that the original post says forgotten names and faces, and I don't think we have anyone. I mean we don't know who would theoretically be in Security Breach 2, but yeah, Jax. I will look at that. Do you know if they're on Blue Sky as well? Because I don't have a Twitter. Forgotten names and faces. Oh, it could, like the newspaper kids. Butterfly. That's a good point. That's a good point. Good shout. That's a good point. It could be that. Not a bad thought. Because that's the only thing that gets me a little bit. This just feels so related to like the original Five Nights at Freddy's. My idea is Cassidy because of the faded text. I mean, that's also not a bad shout like that right there. Edwin could be the forgotten name and the forgotten face, either alive or dead. Yeah, but it says names and faces. Exactly, Butterfly. That's true. I doubt anyone from the current cast knows about Owen or Fiona. I mean, true. It is giving gravestones. That's kind of my vibes. Like, it is giving gravestones. All right, let me go back. Oh, the DCI would be crazy. Let me try to pull up this on I don't want to be a guest anymore. How do I get back to my actual thing? God, I can't stand Google Chrome. Here's what I don't like. I don't like the profiles. I don't want to be a guest. How do I get out of here? Am I stupid? I'm still live. I am. DCI would be crazy. Miss Afton. Somebody, dual process theory, somebody was saying earlier, like, what if it's just the mom's game? Okay. Let me just try this on Firefox real quick. Maybe hopefully I'm logged in on Firefox. Firefox has been being really slow for me lately. I don't know what is going on. God, I'm not logged in. Jesus Christ. Vanny masks play more in Abyss. Flipside leak through? Potentially. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. When FNAF goes woke. Five Nights at Freddy's being a woman. A mix of Google Chrome and Firefox. I just don't know why Firefox has been so slow for me lately. I don't know what's going on, but it's like, I mean, the lag on like my typing is unbearable. Unbearable. And I was trying to make the switch. Let me see if I can remember my ding-danged password. I hate not being logged into stuff. Okay, it was first try. Okay, let me see if I can... Okay. Oh my gosh, is the OOF Troop uploading part 4 soon? I hope so. Okay, lots of crazy stuff. Let's go to what? Leon Riskin. I mean, I think. Okay, Leon Riskin is not here. Let's see if this person has posted. Oh, Jesus, I shouldn't have come here. 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 I made a grave error. Seems as though Leon Riskin is not on Blue Sky, which is lame. Okay, let me try to remember. I technically have a Twitter account, but I got logged out of it when somebody did something where they deleted all of like my passwords and stuff off of my Google account. Me every time I show up to the high school reunion. How many are there? I was flashed by leaks. I know! I didn't expect it. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna remember this. I am simply never gonna remember this. My username was like Elon Sucks or something. I'm never gonna remember this, guys. X won't let you look at stuff, though. X won't let you look at stuff unless you log in. I literally made a Twitter just to go on there and, like, look at people who, like, aren't on Blue Sky, because I hate Twitter. And they also deleted my Twitter account. I didn't do it, but they deleted my Twitter account. Okay, it's letting me. No, it's not. It's only the first teaser. I can't see the other stuff. Oh, wait. I can. It's just not in order. It's not in order. Oh, enjoy Glitch. Are you going to watch the animated show or the original show? Or movie. Original movie. Okay, let me go back to where I was. Okay, they're just not in order. They're just not in order. And I'm in light mode because I'm not logged in. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm not logged in, okay? Leave me be. Be kind to me. I'm not logged in. Vivian's Worthless Father is a really good one. I like that a lot. Okay. It's not, for some reason, it's in the opposite order. It's actually in an insane order. I don't know if you see this, but it's September 18th of this year. August 28th, 2024? And then September 19th. Okay. Then October 1st. You tell me what the heck that's about. Anyway, elevators can't be trusted. Take the stairs. Honestly, that is giving Cassie security breach for sure. getting down with this. Betty Lou Oliver. Okay, I did see Oliver. Go read a book, comma, clean the gutters, comma, do your homework, comma, build a time machine, ellipses. I'll look it up in a second. I'm vibing right now. This is giving Professor Layton. Tell me it's not. Solve this matching puzzle ad track. This is so real. I know, I saw Time Machine and lost my mind. I mean, Butterfly, you're totally right. I'm living for all the little clock noises. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who is Mark? I like the idea of a question mark being that. Okay, what was it? Betty Lou Oliver? An elevator operator! Survives falling 75 stories after fog causes a U.S. bomber plane to crash into the Empire State Building, breaking the cables supporting the elevator she was operating. Oh my gosh, is it showing that Cassie could have survived? It's showing Cassie surviving. Yo! That is so cool. Dang, she made it to 74 years. Let's go. Bro, that is sick. Look. All I'm saying, Cassie is that diva. A diva is a female version of a hustler. Of a hustler. Of a hustler. If I were her, I'd never step foot in an elevator ever again. You couldn't pay me $1 million in 1950 to have done that. Well, I didn't think they were going to kill her off. I was just pointing out that it's a good way to show us. Show me a bigger picture. Why doesn't it want to show me this picture? Am I crazy? I'm sorry, but like, why she's scaring me with this face? Sheesh. Okay, here, I'll show you guys this picture. That. Sheesh. Sheesh. She's got a little plushie. A little cat plushie. It is giving analog horror. I think it's just because of how much they've bumped up the contrast on this specific version of the picture. Like, she looks so much more normal in the normal version of the picture. Sheesh. Sheesh. She also survived a plane crash? Oh. Never mind. They're purposefully mischaracterizing it. Oh, give her all the Christmas presents. She about to walk it off. Sorry, I'm very fascinated with her now. Man, we made AI images of her in the elevator like this. This is really what we're doing. I'm so sick of it. Fell 80 floors, but she's back. She always comes back. Goodness, it did kill people, though. Goodness. Could you imagine? Sheesh. Okay, sorry. Anyway. Why a rubber duck is a great question. Is a great question. So true, Spiral. Understood person. That's crazy. Ah! Jesus Christ, you're alive? Okay. Let's see what the... Ugh, right, I can't see the replies. That's what I can't see. Okay. Okay. Is that it? I have no earthly idea what's going on because nothing's in order. Oh, look! 136? What? Huh? What's this? Next one is titled 136. Newspapers were memes before the internet? What the hell? What does this mean? This one's not a song. I came in like a wrecking ball. 136 on one of the videos. What? I mean, like... The other one's not even more than 30 seconds long. Oh. God, I hate this crap. Like, I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter. Oh, the length of the track Demolition Inevitable from Sister Location. Well, I know that song. Okay, well, no more... I don't know, sorry for wasting your time. Oh, no. Sorry. Sorry if I seemed annoyed or whatever. I'm mad at the... I'm mad at Twitter. I'm mad at Elon Musk. Passive aggressive. One of my favorites from Freddy in Space 2. It's basically one filtered synth for the most part. Nice. One for the road. Ooh, ooh. Can anyone understand what the frick is going on? Like, why is it not in order? Why isn't it in order? Why in the world would it not be in order? I can't. Highest to lowest likes? That is the freaking dumbest thing ever. That is freaking stupid. That is dumb. Bad. Wrong. Incorrect. Silly. Okay. Alright, well, there's this. This is why Leon should be... It's listening to us, understood? That is messed up. Yeah, Delta. Seems to be the way. That's got to change. That's got to change. Yeah, 100% Evan. A diva is a female version. Does the desktop version have a media tab? Only if you're logged in, friend. Only if you're logged in. And I don't remember my ding-danged login. Yes, please. Dual process theory. Send it to me, Corey, or Connie, or both. I want these little guys. This stuff implies that they're real.
Fast Force, engage.
That.
Mouse.
That implies that I could have one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've learned a lot taking notes here. James got a lot of awesome content. Oh, okay, that's... A diva is a female version of a hustler, of a hustler, of a hustler. I've got to get this song in my head. Here it is, Connie. Hopefully this works. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, it's not even correct. Okay. Why is this not working? Okay, so 136. Also, I love this song. I've used it in a lot of videos because of how much I love it. We're just gonna listen to it. We'll get to 136 eventually. I'm so scared I'm gonna get jump scared. Burp. It was a little bit of a jump scare. Oh. Well. Still good. Understood person, that is freaking me out. No reason. People have no idea. I mean, this isn't good information for you guys to have, because if any of you are evil or decide one day to become evil. One more from today. Yeah, link it. What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, this isn't good information for you guys to know if you're like bad people or decide to become awful, but like it is so easy to get me worked up. There have been times where like I've just had a little freak out because I'm like somebody tried to do something that was like, "Oh, I'm going to funny scare her." Thank you. Somebody like I was going, "Oh, I'll funny scare her. It'll be funny." And it completely ruins me. And I'm like, you did this. Use headphones, lock the doors, trust no one. This is gonna freak me out. The Forbidden Nocturne, full original version 1. And then a bunch of friggin' numbers. Hello. What is this, a code? This is recognizable, this, like, the series. Is this like a type of binary? Or something? Some kind of code. Okay. This one, I think, is the one that I have actually used more in videos than the other one. Because the other one's a little too recognizable. I think this is the one I use most of my videos. Okay, thank you, Jax. Am I gonna get scared? I just halfway unplugged my phone. Oh my god. 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 Oh, awesome. Oh. I'm shocked that didn't scare me more. I'm never gonna get to sleep tonight. I'm never gonna get to sleep tonight. I'm never gonna get to sleep tonight. Here, I'll link it. What is this? Jesus. I'm so scared this scary face is gonna pop up on screen. More footsteps. There's definitely a radio playing stuff in the background. Golly, I didn't like that at all. 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 That was really good. Okay, so this is Aussie. My door's already locked. I don't like it. Oh, sorry. Hi, Bubble. Hi, honey. You want to come here? Oh, yes. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. It spells out hashtag. Okay. Whew, yeah. There's definitely some, like, radio noise in the background, and I can make out words. But, yeah, the knocking was freaky. Was not expecting it. Ugh. If I had been positioned differently and it was like actually in the direction of a door in my house, it would have messed me up. Hi, buddy. I see ya. I see ya. I see you. Oh, you're getting tangled. Don't get tangled. Don't get tangled. Oh, God. Okay, my headphones did, like, crap out a little bit through that, so I didn't get to hear it as well as I probably would have been able to if they hadn't crapped out, but the scream was in the music. There was a scream in the music as well, yes. Honey, what are you doing? Big baby. You're big baby. He's just a big old baby. Yes, he is. Aren't you, buddy? Aren't you just a big old baby? Look, he's wearing his little necktie. I'm gonna have to take it off of you in a little bit. I don't like him wandering around in it because I feel like. Aww. Hold on, let me go back to full screen so you can truly appreciate the baby. Beep. Oh, he's my little businessman. He's my little business boy. He's all business. He's all business. Are you all business, buddy? Are you all business? Okay. Get down. He's getting restless. He wants a one more outside time. Zeke says, I should get one more outside time. He is a good CEO. He's the only good CEO. You're okay, buddy. Oh my god. That was crazy that you just did that, bud. Pushed my microphone all the way over. So I guess we're going to post Ruin. So note the question is what crucial info we learned from Secret of the Mimic was needed in order for it to come up before this new game. I mean, I guess the beginning of... I am so weirded out. I mean, I guess some of the Mimic's origin... And it explained some of those costumes being from Murray's Costume Manor. So... could have been like a combination of that kind of stuff. Just giving us some more backstory. I mean, it explains kind of how the Mimic came to, like... Alright, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah. Mixus, too. Golden Princess is Nightmare Monster playing hide and seek to death with victims? I don't know about that, but... The number spell hashtag. Yeah, that's what I was told. That's silly. Edwin has glowing mushrooms under his manor. Okay. Yeah, I think, well, I mean, in my opinion, like, there's also the whole thing of, like... I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, Ziki. What a baby. What a baby you are. What a sweet little baby. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. If they want us to learn that Gregory is a mimic bot, you know. Because if Moon.exe was at any point successfully completed, if it was, then one version of the mimic could have, you know... Well, we know that the mimic or a mimic could have the potential to act like a child. That's what I'm really trying to say. No, he wouldn't. Oh, wait. Oh, that circus baby making a return could be cool. Yeah. I mean, Forbidden Nocturne, right, does kind of suggest that, like, we're getting, like, baby stuff, right? Can't with my bangs right now. Would be cool. Would be cool. Also, learning Fiona died at Fall Fest and that, like, her, like, some warped version of her is, like, a part of this. I don't know. There's a lot of things. We could see some of the left little remains of things from Secret of the Mimic in this, because we see the costumes, right, at the end of Ruin. So it's possible that for the sequel, if she's going further down, that maybe she would see tiny pieces of things like Jackie, like some version of Maestro Man or whatever his name was. Big Ticket. Big Top, not Big Ticket. Because I was like, Big Top? Jeez. No, not a Temu ad. 2 extended sister location songs suggest sister location stuff will be relevant. Yeah, I would say so, right? The song and the baby plush all over Security Breach Ruin kind of put the spotlight on her again. True. Please, God, reveal Elizabeth's still around. Please, please, please. I would love that. Oh, I'm scratching I'm scratching Zeke's, like, best spot. Like, where he just loves it to be pet. Where he just loves it to be pet. Yeah. He said right there. I'm going to take this off you, buddy. I think you've been a CEO long enough. I just don't have any good input. Fair enough. Neither do I. Mike could be the censored name Gregory says in Ruin 2. I just don't know how. I don't know how that would be possible. The bottom of the Pizzaplex is just fast trash prototypes and forgotten animatronics and characters. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's possible. The spaghetti pizza problem. Talk to me. Forbidden Nocturne brings us back to sister location, and there's Michael's theme, but also, they say something about when you fall into the abyss, who will catch you or something like that. Do you guys think Michael somehow survived? I just don't. I don't know. I don't think I would like it. If it was like a robot version of Michael or something like that, then maybe, but I just don't know. I just don't know. I think it would make sense if it was Circus Babies stuff. I think it would make sense if it was MCM stuff. I would love for it to be Cassie kind of understanding, like, you know, the original victims of Five Nights at Freddy's, of Freddy Fazbear's, Jesus, to say, like, oh, their gravestones in Princess Quest no longer have their names on them, so, like, they're forgotten names, forgotten faces. I don't know. Remnant is only theorized to be destroyed by fire. Remnant is stored as molten steel. I don't see how regular fire would further hurt it. Yeah. I just don't know how that means Michael's alive. Cassie gets agony and remnant powers. Yeah. Oh no, Delta. I have some, like, moderate, censoring on, but it... Bye, Butterfly. Bye, Tyrion. Is the Fazbear restaurant in Security Breach supposed to be an actual restaurant or the mock-up in Secret of the Mimic? If it's an actual restaurant, then how is it 75 stories below ground? Is it 75 stories below ground? I don't know. I mean, the one in Murray's Costume Manor, of course, is just a prototype. Henry did mention Mike had a way out. Maybe he discovered what it was on his own and bailed. But fine. Maybe. My theory is Michael's remnant got infused with the thing that burned in FNAF 6, therefore forming the blob, who is confirmed to have strong angry feelings towards Burntrap but not to Cassie and Greg. Okay. The blob being Michael is an interesting one. Because it doesn't hurt them. I mean, you can die to the blob in like one specific area in security breach proper, right? Because Gregory does if at one point can get jump scared by the blob. I mean, Mike could have escaped. That would just be bad. Yeah. I made up the number 75, but the security reach restaurant is very low underground, unless I'm mistaken. No, you're right. It's down there. It's down there. I mean, okay, so like there's this, okay, so there's this, I have this, it's not a real theory, but the FNAF 6 fire, to me, and reminds me of when Carrie's house gets set on fire at the end of Carrie. And at the end of that, let me just pull up the clip. See if I can. Not her nightmare.
It's best we just go away.
Is it the nightmare? No. Sue's nightmare is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Carrie house on fire. Oh. Stephen King. I don't think I'm gonna find it. Anyway, her house catches on fire, and it's like it falls into the ground or something. I feel like when I watched this back again, I was like, it doesn't really do what I remember it doing. Carrie, movie, house, fire. I mean, there is a fire here, but this isn't what I'm talking about. It's after she goes home. Sorry, it's hard to read chat right now because Toast is, in fact, sitting in front of the chat again, even though I beg her not to. Just see if I can't find it in images. Am I wrong about this? Am I misremembering the ending of the movie? Toast, get off of this just specific part. You can sit anywhere else. Is Toast a cat? Yes. Indeed, Toast is a cat. And I named her before I knew even who Rye Toast was. She's 8 years old. Everybody is being a nuisance right now. I've got to end stream soon because they're all being like, they are all totally being menaces. She's the moment. Okay. Carrie home? House? I don't know. Not the prom. How were we... Ugh, there it is, there it is, there it is. The collapse of her house. Oh my god, finally. Her house, like, collapses. It, like, bursts into flames suddenly. And then sinks into the ground. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So this scene from Carrie is what I feel like happens to the FNAF 6 pizzeria when it sets on fire. Okay, I finally found it. I'm gonna keep the sound off to hopefully avoid getting copyright strikes on the channel. But we'll see. It may just not be possible to avoid it. We'll do our best. Oh, Zeke. I'm just gonna let you have it because I understand that you're just getting restless and you're just doing what dogs do, you know? He's just doing what dogs do when they get restless. Sure, why not? Okay, okay, okay. Jeez. I don't know why this took so long. So anyway, Carrie goes home and is sad because obviously movie night, yeah. Carrie goes home and is sad, right? Because they put pig blood on her and everything, right? And her mom is like this wacko religious nut. And they have it all out. But then, and she like tries to kill her daughter, I think. Oh, Jennifer's body, yes. But like it just, her powers seem out of her control. And her house starts to like collapse in on itself. For no real discernible reason besides her own powers are out of her control and like evil is afoot or whatever. I don't know. It couldn't be any of the candles. Also, this Jesus, little Jesus thing goes crazy. But nothing specifically besides her causes this. I'm not saying that the FNAF 6 fire is caused by nothing. Okay? But this isn't normal. This isn't normally what happens to a house. Poor Carrie. But do you see how it sinks into the ground? It's like swallowed up into the ground. Ignore Jesus. Ignore him. Ignore Jesus. Ignore Jesus for a moment, please. But do you see how it's swallowed into the ground? That is what I imagine happens at the end of the FNAF 6 fire. Is like the earth swallows it up. Don't have a really good reason for that besides I can never ignore Jesus. Fair enough. Fair enough. Exactly, Kaz. Opens up to swallow you whole. Not of us. Obviously, like, I don't know about, like, all the demonic forces and stuff, but I have, like, a heavy inkling that Scott Cawthon is very inspired by Stephen King. I can't know this, but, I say ignore Jesus just because he looks like a robot chicken model. Like, what's going on? And I've got to end the stream because Zeke is going to lose his mind if I don't take him out. Yes, Secret of the Mimic had the shining carpet. I really believe that it's like, there's a lot of like Shining, not just that movie, but like the concept of The Shining reminds me so much of how some of the characters that Scott writes behave, the way they can communicate with these spirits, like especially Abby in the movie. she feels so Stephen King coded as a character. Um Honestly, Understood Person, have you ever heard of the Mandela Catalog? Because that's basically what that is. But it's just, and there's other stuff too. Homicidal Bullies is very Stephen King. You said that. I haven't seen the Stone Tapes Theory. I haven't. Do buildings record paranormal activity? Interesting. Are rocks listening to you? What an interesting thought. It references a really interesting type of haunting. Okay. Abby even looks like Shelley Duvall. A little. I see where you're coming from. Hi, Tallulah. What else? I have like a list, not a written down list, but like that I should write it down honestly. But God, there's this other stuff. I mean, Maximum Overdrive is another good example of like machines being haunted, you know, like it is different, but like that's something. Let me just like, honestly, even it, because in the end of the Mimic epilogues, the Mimic like shapeshifts into this freaky like spider thing that like it shouldn't be able to turn into, which reminds me so much of the ending of it. Okay, Jay, let me try to, let me look up, see if, do you know, I'm trying to find it. Oh God, I just got a freaky, oh, I'm just getting a bunch of really scary faces. Oh, I'm just getting a bunch of really scary faces. I gotta get out of here. Woo! I was not ready for those. I wasn't prepared for those absolutely horrifying faces. Woof. But yeah, I've considered making like a long like sort of why I believe that Scott Cawthon was heavily inspired by Stephen King, but I haven't read Stephen King's books. I've only watched you know, the movies, and I don't, like, my brain can't even like begin to imagine the task of reading all of the Stephen King books, because oh my God. But even Delta, yes. Yeah, it does. Am I insane in thinking that Cradle and Mixus could be the mechanism for how people can be trapped in games like Princess Quest, Balloon Boy, etc.? No, I don't think you're crazy. What is the other one too? There's like, Stephen King also has, what is it called? The Tower, something about the Tower. Is it the Tower series? The Dark Tower. The Dark Tower. Oh. Everybody's so restless. They're so over me not paying attention to him. Yes, yes. Roland is, I'm just gonna, the Last Gunslinger is locked in an eternal battle with Walter O'Dim, also known as the Man in Black. The gunslinger must prevent the man in black from toppling the Dark Tower, the key that holds the universe together. The fate of the world's at stake. Two men collide in an ultimate battle between good and evil. You know. Ooh, hydrate. Anyway, it just feels all like so connected, like the way that Stephen King's whole world and all of his different books are connected. Reminds me of FNAF world, and the way that it's like that he's like, the things that you do here affect things over there. A magical technological structure is the tower itself. Is the linchpin of the time and space continuum. From the tower, a traveler could reach anywhere or when of his choosing. Anyway, I have got to go because my dog needs me and I do not want to continue to ignore him. I'm not ignoring him. You guys have seen me pay plenty of attention to him. But I know he is tired of me not playing fetch with him, and he deserves it. Oh, FNAF Secret of the Mimic, the most common misconception. Okay, I will put this up here. Oh, Christ alive. Okay, Zeke, I'm sorry. What am I... You're making me do the wrong thing, buddy. God, he's got me messed up. Okay. Okay, puppy. Save to watch later. I may just watch it immediately after this, but everybody else, if you want to watch it, it's here. 3 months ago. So, that'll be fun. Okay. Otherwise, it's by puppy. Jay put the name in there. I'll make this the pinned comment just so you guys can see that. If you want to watch it. And like a newspaper boat floating down a sewer, Nervous is going to slip from our night. Thank you. Okay, I hope everybody has a good night. I am sure you hear Zeke. He's super ready to go play. I will, I don't know, guys, probably maybe be back on Wednesday. I'm gonna try really hard to do Wednesday streams again. I just wasn't in the mood last Wednesday, so is what it is. Well, Burb uploaded new art, so okay. I think that's it. Okay, bye. Oh.